Yeehaw, soldiers! It's your buddy Amy States coming to a video, and it has been a while since I've done this series, but I guess you all can be, rejoiced now, because as we are now going to be continuing my legacy fanfic reading, and we're going to be doing chapters 4 for 6, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail. So, yeah, if you don't remember how this works, I'm essentially reading a fanfic and basically providing an audiobook version of the fanfic to I guess you guys, my audience, and yeah, that's how it works. I'm reading a fanfic. I don't change anything. I just read it straight up. And if you guys have any fanfics you would like me to read for content, stuff like that, you can comment down below. And yeah, why don't we just get into this? Also, by the way, before I get into this, shout out to my boy Typhoon, or I guess Bonsai Weed on Twitter, for making the thumbnail. And let's get into my first fanfic reading in a while. So here we go. 1 year later. 1 year has passed since Naruto found who his father was, and training couldn't be going better. With the help of the Kyuubi, Naruto was now 6 years old, and he was never caught by the villagers except if there was a trained shinobi among them. Even then, Naruto managed to fool him to escape. Kyuubi had Naruto trained primarily in chakra control, since one of the benefits of having a tailed beast sealed inside of a human is that it gave that person ungodly amounts of chakra and almost unending stamina. Or if you mix Kyuubi with what you might call the Uzumaki bloodline, it wasn't exactly bloodline, but many members call it the tailless beast curse. Members of the Uzumaki clan had unmatched amounts of chakra. The regular tuning of the Uzumaki clan had the same amount of chakra as a Kage. Naruto was only 6 years old, but already enough chakra to match most Jonin. However, so much chakra control was extremely difficult. In the beginning, any jutsu that Naruto tried, he overwhelmed with chakra, and it caused it to blow up in his face, or just fail. The first jutsu that Naruto learned was a Henge no Jutsu that allowed Naruto to change his appearance. Naruto actually asked Hokage for him to teach it to him. Flashback 1 year ago. Hey, old man, can you teach me the Henge no Jutsu? Naruto asked. Why do you want to learn it? Can't you wait for the academy to start? The Hokage asked, to which Naruto replied, ever since I found out who my father was, I want to train and grow stronger, but I need to enter the library and I can't because they think of me as the Kyuubi. The Hokage lowered his head, ashamed that he couldn't convince the villagers that Naruto wasn't Kyuubi or protect Naruto. I'm sorry, Naruto. I tried my best to protect you, he said. No worries, just teach it to me. It will help me to get into the library and not get expelled from the stores too. Naruto said, okay, it's very simple. The hand seals are dog, boar, ram. Then you release chakra to cover your body and think of the image you want. The Hokage said, in which Naruto tried to transform into the Hokage, and the result was, I don't even know what it was. Go train now, I have work to do, the Hokage said. Okay, thank you. Catch you later, he replied. End of the flashback. With Henge at his side, his life got significantly better. Although he hated to pretend to be someone else with the Henge, he managed to enter the library and go to stores to get some good food for normal prices. What surprised him was that the villagers were actually friendly and good people. They hated for Kyuubi to simply cloud their judgment. Naruto promised that one day he would get their acknowledgement, and if he couldn't, at least they would respect his power. He wouldn't want to make people fear him, but it would be a lot better than to discard him like trash. Even though Naruto wouldn't have access to the shinobi section of the library since he was a civilian, he decided to try and henge into one as a shinobi. It worked like clockwork, and the secretary didn't have the shinobi trained, so she couldn't detect Naruto's henge. He searched the shinobi section and found what he wanted. Introduction to chakra control, basics of chakra, and even read a few scrolls for the basic forms of taijutsu, Academy Taijutsu. One of the best things he could ever hope for was his Sharingan. Even though for now his Sharingan still had one tomoe in each eye, anytime he found any shinobi in the training grounds, he watched his Sharingan to try and learn what he could. Even though the Sharingan was in its first level, he could see glimpses of a few jutsus. After watching a spar between two chunin, Naruto managed to copy the substitution jutsu. I cannot pronounce the Japanese name, so I'm not even going to bother. Naruto decided one night to speak around the village into the Namikaze compound. Naruto bit his finger to draw blood and pressed it against the main gates. There was a puff of smoke and the gate unlocked. The compound itself was small, much smaller than that of the Hyugos or the Uchihas. He first thought of moving into the compound, but he couldn't let anyone see him, so he decided to wait until he revealed who he was. Looking around the compound, it had 5 rooms, 3 bathrooms, 3 living rooms, and a couple storage rooms. But the biggest room was the library. It had tons of scrolls, taijutsu, ninjutsu, and a few genjutsu, books in funjutsu written by his father and from the Uzumaki clan, including kenjutsu. There are journals and diaries of the clan. His father must have collected what he found about the clan and stored here along with his mother, since she also was the last of her clan. After searching, Naruto decided to open a few scrolls until he found his father's personal taijutsu style. The Namikaze were never a shinobi clan, but they were only civilians. Minato hoped to start his clan along with the Uzumaki and Konoha. Minato never actually named his style, but appeared to be a mix between Hyuga's gentle fist style with the Uchiha's interceptor fist, which relied upon the Sharingan. The style was based on predicting and avoiding the enemy's attacks with fast counterattacks to the enemy's pressure points. One strike was all it was necessary to disable arms, legs, even paralyze completely or kill the enemy. It was similar to the gentle fist style of the Hyugas. Instead of attacking Tenketsu points or chakra points, it focused on pressure points. Naruto's training program was killer. With the help of the Kyuubi to guide him, he started in the morning and worked all day long so that after sleep he could start again the next day. One fateful day, the Kyuubi forbade Naruto of his constant ramen eating, forcing him to eat vegetables in a balanced diet. It was a very dark day. Along with his training, Naruto also wore weights to increase his muscle mass and speed. Only a couple of pounds so it wouldn't stunt his growth. He was 6 years old after all, but he was already at the level of a genin, except he couldn't use the Bunshin no Jutsu. The minimum amount of clones he could do was 100, which wasn't very helpful when Naruto only wanted 1. At least it would confuse the enemy to no end. The first weapon that Naruto decided to learn was the bow. You read about it in the book, and since Hokage was the master with this type of weapon, he asked if he could borrow a few scrolls. Currently, Naruto always had with him a wooden bow. To anyone else, it was simply a piece of wood. However, Naruto was a level 2 bowmaster, 2 of 5 at 6 years old. The biggest development Naruto had was his tactical mind. Maybe it was having a fox heel in him, which made Naruto extremely cunning and skillful in traps. Combining this with a mind of a prankster, the next few years would be dark times for Konoha. One day, Naruto was walking through the village. Since his henge wasn't up, he got the usual glares and the occasional empty bottle thrown at him, which he simply dodged. Naruto was going for his weekly ramen meal. The Kyuubi allowed Naruto to eat a ramen meal twice a week, which is better than none at all. Stupid fox and vegetables, he fought.
Ungrateful brat. If you only eat ramen, you will become a midget. You need a proper diet to grow,
said the Kyuubi. In the last year, Naruto and the Kyuubi had grown closer. As close as a human and a fox can after you ignore the constant bickering. Death they both liked and respect each other. Fine, I get it, furball, Naruto replied and continued walking to his ramen stand. Naruto was walking, not really paying attention to anything around him until he heard a couple of kids arguing about something. Getting curious, he looked closer. He found 3 kids around the age of 10, most likely academy students that were messing with a little girl. She looked like she was his age. She had neck-length dark blue hair and white eyes, trademark of the Hyuga clan. Deciding to help her, he ran up to them. Hey, leave her alone, Naruto said, trying to get the thugs away from the girl. Oh, a kid playing hero. Get lost before he hurt you too, they said, which made Naruto jump in front of them and shielding the girl. Deciding to prove his point, he adopted his bow-style defense stance. His left leg slightly ahead of his right, knees bent, both hands grasping his wooden bow in a downward position. He's trying to scare us. Let's teach him a lesson, they said, and pushed forward. One of the boys sent his right arm forward, trying to punch Naruto. Naruto simply used his bow to strike the boy's hand out of the way. Naruto then flipped his bow, sending a strike to the boy's chin, like an uppercut. Another boy tried to punch Naruto, to which he ducked, and using his bow, strike the boy's leg, making him summon forward, to which Naruto kneed the boy hard in the stomach, leaving him in the ground in pain. Naruto turned to the last boy, who froze his attacks after seeing his friends effortlessly defeated. Picking up his friends, he decided to run away before he also got hurt. Naruto, turning to see the girl, asked, "Are you okay?" "I'm fine, thank you," the girl stuttered. Naruto didn't know if she was afraid of him, but he guessed she was just shy. "No problem, I'm Uzumaki Naruto. What's your name?" he asked. Hyuga Hinata, she replied, looking at her savior. Even though she was still young, she couldn't help but blush and look down. Naruto was 6 years old, but was quite a good-looking young man. "Come on, let me help you up," he said, grabbing her hand and pulling her up gently. He noticed that she didn't have the caged bird seal on her forehead. He remembered hearing the Hyuga heiress was his age, meaning that the girl in front of him was the heiress of the Hyuga clan. She was pretty much Konoha's little princess. "Hey, I'm going to lunch at Ichiraku's. Want to come?" he asked, to which Hinata slowly nodded. They walked together, and Hinata saw how the villagers glared at Naruto, and she wondered why. The walk was calm, and they didn't talk much since Hinata was terribly shy. Arriving to the stand, Naruto ordered chicken ramen for both of them. "Oh, Naruto, is this your girlfriend?" a young girl from behind the counter asked in a teasing manner. Her name was Ayame. She was in her teens. She had brown hair and eyes and a pretty face. She was wearing simple clothes and had a white apron. No, nothing like that. We just met a couple minutes ago," he replied, blushing a bit. Even though he just met her, he could see that she was actually quite pretty, and she could grow up to become a very beautiful woman. Hinata didn't say anything, she just blushed really hard and looked away so that no one could see her. They talked a bit during their meal. When they were finishing the food, a Hyuga member appeared and looked at Hinata. His name was Ko, a branch member and Hinata's bodyguard. "Hinata-sama, there you are. Your father's waiting for you," he said, taking Hinata's hand and starting to leave. "But bye, Naruto-kun. It was nice to meet you," she said, to which Naruto gave her a foxy grin and looked at his meal to finish it.
Looks like you got yourself a little vixen,
The Kyuubi said, chuckling. "She's not my girlfriend," Naruto thought, getting angry.
You say that now, but we'll see in a couple years,
The Kyuubi said, chuckling. "Preferred fox," he thought. After he finished the meal, he paid for it and left to his training. A few weeks later, Naruto was walking to his home. He had just finished his training, and it was like any other day. Painful. He was sore all over. During the last few weeks, he increased his taijutsu training and started with weapons. He could now use kunai and shuriken with deadly accuracy, and with a sharingan he picked it up quickly. During his training, he managed to level up his sharingan to level 2. Naruto now had the 2 black tomes in each eye, and he was very proud of himself. He heard rumors of the Uchiha clan Paraji that managed to fully master sharingan at the age of 8. Naruto said he was going to fully mature it even sooner, and as fate would have it, Naruto didn't know how right he was. During his walk home, he sensed 2 chakra signatures moving quietly through the woods. Placing 2 fingers in the ground, he focused on their chakra, and he found that one of the chakra signatures belonged to his friend Hinata, who met a few weeks ago. Wondering what she was doing this late in the day, he went in search of her. When he arrived near both of them, he saw a shinobi. It was Kumo Shinobi from his headband. He recognized the shinobi. It was Kumo's ambassador for the new alliance between Konoha and Kumo. He noticed that he was carrying a bag in his back, to which Naruto sensed Hinata's chakra, and then he knew that she was being kidnapped. Quickly throwing a couple of shurikens at the shinobi easily deflected them all and faced the attacker, and was surprised. It was a small kid. "Hey kid, leave before I kill you. I'm a Jonin, you are no match for me," the man arrogantly said. But it was true. Naruto was gain level, and he couldn't match a Jonin's power. However, Naruto was cunning. He knew that he needed to alert someone to come and help.
Naruto, switch from me. I'll send a fireball to the sky to alert the Anbu.
Naruto agreed and switched to the Kyuubi. The Kyuubi quickly went for a few hand seals, looking at the sky and yelled,
Katon, Goyoka no Jutsu.
or the fire cell fireball technique. The Kumo Shinobi was impressed. A 6-year-old performing a C-rank fire technique? He shouldn't have chakra for that. Naruto just knew that he had to stall the man and activate his Sharingan. He didn't care if his suit got out as long as Hinata stayed safe. The Kumo Shinobi decided to engage and quickly kill the kid to leave before reinforcements arrived. The Kumo Shinobi threw a couple shurikens and yelled, Shuriken Kage Bunshi no Jutsu. The shuriken multiplied to a few dozens. Naruto couldn't deflect them all and jumped to the left, to which the enemy was waiting, kicked him hard in the stomach, and punched him in the face. Naruto crashed into a tree and fell to the ground, clutching his stomach in pain. The Kumo Shinobi walked to Naruto, thinking just one. After all, it was just a small kid. Then he noticed his eyes, and they were the Sharingan, and he thought, Uchiha rescuing the Hyuga. How ironic. But still, I'll take him too. 2 bloodlines are better than 1, and a Sharingan is one of the most powerful bloodlines in the world. The Shinobi went to grab Naruto by the neck, but stumbled forward when he noticed it was a Bunshin. Naruto took his opportunity and removing his waist and channeling a bit of the Kyuubi's chakra, his body couldn't take much right now, charged in a burst of speed to Shinobi with a kunai in his hand, and pressed his kunai against the man's chest, effectively killing him. The Kumo Shinobi wondered how it happened, how a kid this age could be so fast and defeat him, and then he noticed his blood-red eyes with 3 black tomoes in each eye, glowing and spinning. The Shinobi fell to the ground, dead. Naruto knew he just killed the enemy and it was his first kill. Even though he was ashamed of what he did, he needed to do it. The man wouldn't leave without Hinata and he had to protect her. Growing up alone made Naruto overprotective. He would fiercely jump and destroy another village to protect his friends. Since he never had any, the few he has, he would give his life to protect. Getting up slowly, he stumbled a bit forward, looked like that kick broke a few ribs. Walking to Hinata, he opened the bag, and Hinata saw her savior for the second time. It was the blonde kid she met a few weeks ago. She then quickly jumped and hugged and started crying. Oosh, it's okay, you are safe now. I won't let anyone hurt you, he whispered to her, to comfort her. She was still hugging him when the reinforcements arrived, led by Hyuga Hiyashi, the Hyuga clan leader, and he saw what happened. Apparently the demon brat killed the Kumo Shinobi and saved his daughter. He walked to Naruto, yanking him from Hinata. Stay away from her. Even though I appreciate what you did, I would like if you kept your distance from her. Hiyashi said in a cold and hard tone. Grabbing Nana's hand and leaving, he said, "You are still weak. You are too soft and almost end up being kidnapped. You are unworthy of being the heir of the clan," he said, and left without even letting Hinata say goodbye to Naruto. The Hokage arrived a few minutes later, and the Anbu told him what happened. His eyes widened when he noticed it was Naruto who saved Hinata and managed to kill the Kumo shinobi. "Naruto, are you alright? How are you feeling?" the Hokage asked, concerned. The first kill was the hardest, and sometimes broke shinobi and their careers before it even started. "I'm alright. Only a couple broken ribs, but the furball will take care of that. Even though I feel bad that I killed him, I knew it was the only option. I knew I needed to delay him as much as I could, and if the opportunity presented itself, kill him. So don't worry about me. It's the life of the shinobi after all," Naruto said with a weak smile that Hokage caught. "I understand, Naruto. Don't worry. Tomorrow come see me. I'll give you the payment of a B-rank mission for this," the Hokage said, ruffling his hair, and Naruto nodded and started to walk home. Even though he killed a man, tonight he managed to save Hinata, and actually he broke the Uchiha's prodigy record. "Looks like I got my Sharingan matured at the age of 6, he said to himself, chuckling as he went home to a long night of sleep. That's the end of chapter 4. Now we'll get into chapter 5, but first I'm going to introduce a new sponsor for you guys. This video is sponsored by MangaToon. If you guys want some interesting comics that this app has to offer, there's a lot of pretty interesting comics that I found on this site, on this app. So again, if you want to check it out, I'll leave the link in the description. Go check it out. It has some really interesting comics / manga. So yeah, and especially since it's coming from me, a guy who's read some, pretty interesting manga like I was saying, Pum Pum, I think that's saying something. Alright, now back to the fanfic reading. Chapter 5, Couple of Losers. 1 year later, Naruto is 7 years old. In the last year, many things happened around Konoha, and even more if our loud blonde. He was now 7 years old. Naruto changed his outfit. He now wore dark green pants, a blue t-shirt, and with an orange sleeveless jacket. A couple weeks ago, there was an incident that shocked Konoha. The Uchiha clan's prodigy Uchiha Itachi massacred his own clan, leaving only his little brother alive. This event turned his little brother Uchiha Sasuke into an avenger, wishing only to kill his older brother to avenge his fallen clan. The Uchiha clan, even though they were arrogant pricks, they were a powerful and highly respected clan in Konoha. The funeral service was huge. Every person in Konoha attended and paid their respects, with the Hokage delivering the eulogy. Naruto watched from afar with a sad face. He may not have liked the Uchihas, but in a way, they were family. He also felt a bit glad that he never told anyone he was an Uchiha, or maybe he would be sleeping underground right now. Naruto decided that after this incident, maybe it would be better to tell the Hokage about his legacy, but still, keep him a secret from the village for now. What would the village think if right after the Uchiha massacre, the demon brat appeared using the Sharingan and being one of the last Uchihas? Man, I would be eaten alive, he thought. He would most likely be forced to, when ready, be a sperm donor to restart his clan. He was a demon brat. He would most likely be used and, when not necessary, discarded. He thought about approaching Sasuke, but when he saw him in the academy, the kind of personality he had, power-hungry, arrogant, he wisely chose to forget him and let him be. The academy in Konoha has a starting age of 8 to anyone who wishes to become a shinobi of Konoha. The curriculum lasts 6 years and ends with students being 14 years old and gaining rank should they pass their exams. The academy starts with history, math, and our general topics, then goes to chakra theory and principles to stealth, weapons training, traps, and tactical training, and ends with taijutsu and ninjutsu training. When Naruto showed the Kyuubi his academy curriculum, he wondered how the hell was Konoha the strongest shinobi village in the elemental nations. This year's class was very special. Naruto's class was filled with clan heirs. There was Inuzuka, known for their dog partners in collaboration ninjutsu. The heir of the clan was Inuzuka Kiba, a loud and brash kid. He had brown hair and 2 red markings, one on each cheek, symbol of his clan. There was the Akamichi clan. Their heir was Akamichi Choji, a small boy with large bones. Anyone who called him fat would get smashed. Their clan was known for using techniques that relied on high calorie usage, meaning Choji was always eating. There was the Yamanaka clan. Their heiress was Yamanaka Ino. She had long blonde hair and wore a dark pink outfit. Her clan used mind techniques. They could read thoughts with mere touch, confuse and make enemies attack each other, and even take control of the enemy's bodies. There was the Nara clan. Their heir was Nara Shikamaru. He had pineapple-style hair and wore a mesh shirt with black sleeveless jacket and black pants. He was lazy and mostly slept through classes. Nara clan was known for its members having high IQ and being extremely skilled in strategy and planning. Shikamaru's father was actually the head of the strategy division of the village. There was the Aburame clan. Their heir was Aburame Shino. He was a collected guy, distant to everybody. He had black sunglasses and wore a gray cloak that pretty much only showed his glasses. His clan relied upon using bugs to fight. Their children once born are implanted with bugs that feed on their chakras so they can use them to fight. There was the Uchiha clan. The last member of his clan and heir was Uchiha Sasuke. He wore a blue shirt with the Uchiha crest on the back and white shorts. The Uchiha clan was known for their high affinity for fire and their Kekigenkai, or bloodline limit, the Sharingan that Naruto also had. Naruto was an Uchiha after all. There was also a girl named Haruno Sakura. She had pink hair and wore a pink dress. Even though she wasn't from any clan, she was in this class. She was the daughter of Haruno Akira, who was a member of the civilian council. Figures, he thought. The last clan was none other than the Hyuga clan and their heiress Hyuga Hinata. The Hyuga clan, much like the Uchiha, were known for their dojutsu, the Byakugan. This body limit, when activated, allows them to see chakra with high detail, almost 360-degree vision, and long range extending to kilometers if trained enough. The clan also had the Gentle Fist Taijutsu style, which is renowned to be its strongest form. Hinata and Naruto met a couple years ago after Naruto saved her twice, and she developed a crush on him. Both of them met a few times over the years and became close friends. Even though neither of them would admit it, they both liked each other more than just being simple friends. The current year was going down without much trouble. Naruto decided to accept the Kyuubi suggestions regarding the academy and use the mask. The Kyuubi suggested Naruto to hide his real strength. As the old saying goes, deception is an indisgrace weapon, and so Naruto opted to show his mask by being a loud, knuckle-headed, dumb kid. He chose to become the dead last, and it was a very wise choice, since every teacher tried their best to make him look bad. This way, he wouldn't be able to raise suspicion that he was, well, way above the average Genin. I bet the civilian council would have me stay weak forever if they could, Naruto thought as he tried to sleep in the classroom. 1 year later. In the last year, Naruto grew more than he could have hoped for. Thanks to his mature Sharingan, he managed to copy an extremely useful technique while watching two Jonin spar. Flashback. Naruto was approaching a training field hoping that it would be empty when he sensed two powerful chakra signatures. His resting chakra is something that Kyuubi taught him. He could actually sneak up on people extremely well. Being a sensor allowed him to know if he was actually expressing his chakra effectively or not. He approached and started to watch them. "So, Kakashi, are you ready for our next youthful challenge?" said Jonin that was wearing a full-body green spandex suit, a Jonin flat jacket. He had the thickest eyebrows Naruto had ever seen. Not paying attention to silver-haired ninja identified as Kakashi said something guy. "Damn you, Kakashi, and your hip ways. Our score stands 50-50. Shall we begin?" Guy asked, which Kakashi nodded. Kakashi had silver gravity-defying hair. He wore the standard Jonin clothes, black pants, a mesh shirt with the Jonin flat jacket, and covering his left eye was the Konoha headband, or the Hitate. Naruto watched in wonder on the speed of the battle. His fully mature Sharingan allowed him to follow every single move each one of them made. The battle went for a couple of minutes until Kakashi pulled up his Hitate, revealing a Sharingan eye. What? How can he have a Sharingan? I thought all the Uchihas were killed minus Sasuke. Naruto thought, wondering how could Kakashi have the Sharingan. Kakashi was very popular in Konoha. He was the son of Take Sakumo, Konoha's White Fang, known to be as powerful as the Sannin, so he couldn't be an Uchiha.
Look carefully, kid. He hides under Hiatate, so it's probably an implant,
the Kyuubi replied. The battle continued, and Naruto copied a few jutsu, including one that would help Naruto immensely and would later become his trademark. The Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, or the Shadow Clone Jutsu. End flashback. Armed with the Kage Bunshin that Naruto realized transferred his memories to the original, he started using it for training. For now, Naruto's limit was about 1,000 clones. If anyone saw him making that many clones, they would most likely call him a monster. After all, this technique was an A-rank Kinjutsu, forbidden technique, for its massive chakra usage that would kill most shinobis. Since Naruto already had Kage level reserves, using this technique barely affected his reserves at all. Something that Naruto wondered was if using the Sharingan gave photographic memory because he remembered everything he saw. Naruto was walking to Hokage Tower. He decided that after what happened to Uchiha clan, it would be best to tell the Hokage he had the Sharingan. Hokage Tower. "Hey, Gigi," said Naruto with a foxy grin. The Hokage seeing Naruto gave him a smile. He barely got to see him nowadays and wondered if he was always training. "Oh, Naruto-kun, haven't seen you in a while. How is your train going?" the Hokage said. "It's going very well. I actually got a few awesome techniques," Naruto said, smiling. "I can probably take you on, old man," he said, chuckling. I'm not that old, Naruto-kun, so what brings you here? The Hokage asked. Well, I have a few things I want to tell you if you promise me not to reveal it to anyone until I'm ready, Naruto said with a serious face. The Hokage, wondering what it could be, made a hand gesture and the Anbu left the room. Naruto did a few hand seals and said, Funjutsu, Cone of Silence. The Hokage gasped for air when he saw Naruto perform a C-rank Funjutsu. But since he knew who his father was, it wouldn't be that surprising if he was following his footsteps. Impressive, Naruto-kun. 8 years old and studying Funjutsu, the Hokage said, impressed. Actually, Gigi, I never told you everything about what happened when I was 6 years old, you know, said Naruto with an embarrassed laugh. Now, Gigi, pay close attention to me, he said. Naruto closed his eyes and started to channel chakra into them. Slowly opening them, he showed them to Hokage. Blood red eyes with 3 black tomoes in each of them. Their Sharingan. The Hokage's heart missed a beat and his eyes bulged out, almost popping out of his head. The Hokage simply asked, How? Well, I am an Uchiha by my father's side, he replied. How is this possible? Minato never had the Sharingan, the Hokage asked, wondering how Minato never told him. I'll explain everything, he said, disabling his eyes. For starters, I will tell you that my grandfather was none other than Uchiha Madara. That was the final straw as the poor Hokage's heart gave out and then he fainted. Naruto seeing this, his sweat dropped. And he says he's not old, he thought out loud, picking up the Hokage and laying him on the couch. A couple minutes later, Hokage started to wake up and he saw Naruto waiting. You awake already? Jeez, here, Naruto said, giving him a cup of tea. I'm sorry, Naruto, I still can't believe it. How can this be? The Hokage asked, wondering how could Madara have a son and no one knew. And his son was Minato Namikaze of all people. He has blonde hair for Kami's sake. Naruto started explaining what his father told him. Madara survived his battle with Hashirama and was saved by a woman who would years later become his lover. They had a son, and when his grandmother was killed, Madara decided to continue with his plans and left Minato in the village. So Madara was still alive. Who would have thought Madara had a son? The Hokage said, taking in the information. Well, Naruto-kun, I will guard this secret until you are ready to show everyone who you really are, to protect me and everyone I care about. My father and grandfather both had talent to piss off Iwa, and I don't need problems right now, he said, chuckling. That they did, the Hokage thought how much Iwa suffered at the hands of both Minato Namikaze and Uchiha Madara. But when I reveal who I am, if they ever try to hurt me or someone I care about, I will burn their village to the ground, Naruto said in a serious and cold tone. I wouldn't put it past them. That damn Inoki, the Tsuchikage, is an old and stubborn fool. Be careful, the Hokage said. Naruto, I wanted to ask you, how can you already have a fully matured Sharingan? It's very rare to even awaken one so early in life. You see, Gigi, I awakened it when I was 5 years old after some Chunin tried to attack me, and I matured it when I killed the Kuma ninja that tried to kidnap Hinata. He explained, to which the Hokage nodded as it made sense. The Sharingan awakens and evolves in life and death situations. So that's how you're able to keep up with a Jonin. The Sharingan truly is a terrifying power. The Hokage exclaimed, the Sharingan allowing a 6-year-old to kill a trained shinobi. I'm going, Gigi. I just thought you should know after what happened to Uchiha clan, Naruto said, leaving the Hokage's office. He will one day really take this hat from me, the Hokage thought, chuckling. Konoha streets. Naruto's walking through the streets of Konoha, going to a training field to find out and start training his elemental affinities. Here I knew that most likely he would have fire from the Uchiha blood, but he could have more or not even fire at all. Better safe than sorry. Naruto's walking peacefully, keeping himself in the shadows, not to have any problems, until he heard someone crying. Checking to see who it was, he noticed it was Hinata. She had her knees to her chest and was crying. Naruto quickly rushed to her side. Hinata-chan, what's wrong? Why are you crying? He asked, worried to help her. Hinata, seeing Naruto, quickly hugged him, crying even more. Naruto tried to ask what was wrong, but she didn't answer. Naruto started whispering comforting words, saying it would be alright, until she fell asleep on his chest, tired from crying. Naruto picked her up brow saddle and took her to his apartment. He laid her in his bed, and then he took a chair and sat by her side, grabbing her hand, until he fell asleep minutes later. After a few hours, it was late at night, around 2 a.m. Hinata started to wake up. She opened her eyes, and not knowing where she was, then she jumped up, seeing that Naruto was by her side. Seeing that he was by her side, she couldn't help but blush until she remembered everything that happened yesterday. Hinata-chan, what happened? You can tell me. I will help, Naruto said, trying his best to help her. Hinata was looking at the ground sad. She decided to tell him everything and started to remove a piece of cloth that was tied to her forehead. She removed it, showing a green tattoo. It was a caged bird seal. Naruto, seeing this, was shocked that they branded the heiress of the Hyuga clan. My father said I was too weak to be the heiress of the clan, so he branded me and disavowed me from the Hyuga clan, she said, looking at the ground. Naruto was furious. How could they do that to family? Brain is a despicable decision, but to remove a member and even his own daughter from the clan for being weak, that's unforgivable. It's okay, Hinata-chan. You are not weak, and you have me, he said, slightly blushing. But I'm weak. I was almost kidnapped. I'm the same age as you, and you managed to save me. I'm nothing more than a loser, she replied, crying and yelling, letting all her anger out in frustration. No, Hinata, you are not weak. You are kind, loyal, and hardworking, and a beautiful person, he said, getting a blush from her. Look at me, he said, taking his hand to her chin and raising her head. They locked eyes, and he continued. I'm hated by everyone in the village. They call me a demon and tried to hurt me. To them, I'm nothing more than a loser that shouldn't even be allowed to live. But I don't give up, and I never surrender. That's my Nindo, and one day I will prove to them that I'm strong, he exclaimed, getting a smile from her. Is it because of the Kyuubi, she asked. She knew it would be a sore subject. How did you know? Naruto asked, starting a bit shocked that she knew. Well, when I used to be Akagun, I can see the red chakra in your gut, and father told me to stay away from you. And the villagers call you demon, so I did a bit of research, she said. Do you hate me? Naruto asked, worrying if he would lose his only friend. No, of course not. I know that you aren't a Kyuubi. You're a kind, cheerful, and brave person, she said, hugging him. Naruto felt a tremendous weight leaving his shoulders. Hinata, let's work hard and prove to them that letting you go was the worst decision they could ever make. If you want, I'll help you, he said. Really? She asked hopefully. Of course. I take care of the people I care about and love. Naruto said with a blush, lightly bending forward and softly kissing her on the lips. Hinata didn't expect that, but she also loved him, so she returned the kiss. Gently moving her lips, she couldn't be happier. Her best friend, her crush, her love, was kissing her and saying that he loved her. Naruto couldn't be happier when Hinata returned the kiss. He thought that she never would like him more than friends. Slowly backing up and ending the kiss, they both were blushing. Hinata quickly hugged him and said between sobs, Naruto-kun, thank you. I love you too. I promise, Hinata-hime, she blushed at the affectionate name, that I will one day remove that seal. I promise that I'll protect you, and together we will show the village what a couple of losers can do. Naruto exclaimed, giving her his foxy grin and kissing her cheek until she fainted. Well, that lasts longer than I thought, he said, laughing. Now, we have just ended the second chapter's video, chapter 5. We'll now move on to chapter 6, Jutsus and Dreams, and we will now get into this right about now. A couple weeks later. A couple days after Naruto found Hinata, he asked if she would like to live with him, to which she accepted, and they began to do everything together, living, eating, and training. They would even sleep and cuddle together. Naruto taught Hinata the Kage Bunshin, and even though she could only make one, it was enough. They started sending them to the academy, except on days where there was taijutsu training. Naruto also took Hinata to the Hokage and explained everything that happened. To say that the Hokage was pissed was an understatement. But since she was considered an orphan now, Sarutobi agreed to give her a monthly allowance until they became genin. Naruto suggested Hinata that they kept their connection secret until they were older. He didn't want the villagers to give her the same treatment he receives. In the academy, each took different seats to not arouse suspicion, and so they started sending Kage Bunshin to the academy and trained together. Hinata during the last days got to meet the Kyuubi, and when she found him with the gates open, she fainted. Now we find the couple in a training ground. Naruto pulled out some chakra paper and gave one to Hinata. Okay, Hinata-hime, this is chakra paper. It's used to test element affinities. Just push chakra into it and we'll see, explained Naruto, pushing chakra to his paper, and it crumbled all together, showing a high affinity for a lightning element. Then the paper split in two and burst into flames. See, I have 3 affinities. My primary seems to be lightning, and secondaries are wind and fire, he said. I sort of suspected fire and lightning from his father. After all, he was in Chia, and Instruction is a retitled lightning element technique, so the wind must come from my mother. It was a shame that he didn't have any defensive element, but he could always create his own techniques. Hinata pushed chakra into her paper, and it split into 2, getting both sides wet. Looks like you have wind like me and also water. Now then, let's start training. I'll start with fire since our village is known for it. You should start with water because wind is extremely rare in Konoha. He explained it, and both started the usual way. Naruto made 100 Kage Bunshins and tried to burn a leaf, and not getting it wet. Naruto and Hinata both went to the library in henges. They didn't want any problems and got a few techniques for each of their natures. Naruto decided to go into Uchiha compound since Uchiha were known for their fire techniques, and with the Sharingan they should have plenty of techniques for all elements. Well, actually, they would be breaking into a clan library and stealing techniques, but Naruto wasn't Uchiha, so he should have access to them. Outside the Uchiha compound late at night. Both Naruto and Hinata stood outside the Uchiha compound dressed purely in black. Naruto had his Sharingan activated, as well as Hinata's Byakugan to check for any other shinobi. Making their way through the gates and into the library that was located in the main house, they spotted their classmate Sasuke, who was awake. They quickly got behind him and knocked him out with a chop to the neck and made their way to the library. The library was huge to say the least, as expected from a power-hungry clan with copying eyes. The library was divided into sections: ninja arts, clan history, records, and diaries. Both of them made their way to shinobi section, and it had ninjutsu, taijutsu, and genjutsu sections. The ninjutsu section was divided into elements: fire element, water element, earth element, wind element, light element, and non-elemental techniques. Each of this section was subdivided and had scrolls on how to learn each of these manipulations, but also techniques of various ranks. They started going through a few scrolls until Hinata said, "They're all blank," she said, getting a confused look from Naruto. Naruto could easily see instructions for jutsus until he realized, "I get it, only someone with the Sharingan can read the contents of the scrolls. To everyone else they seemed empty. It's a neat trick actually," he said, getting a frown from Hinata. "Don't worry, I'll read them all and teach you the water jutsus I find," he said, making 20 Kage Bunshin and started going through the techniques. Fire element, Gaton Gyoko no Jutsu, or Great Fireball Technique, C rank, sends a massive fireball to the enemy. Gaton Hosenka no Jutsu, Phoenix Fire Technique, C rank, sends small fireballs to the enemy that burn on contact. Gaton Ryuka no Jutsu, Dragon Fire Technique, C rank, sends a torrent of fire shaped in the form of a dragon towards the enemy. Gaton Guryuka no Jutsu, Great Dragon Fire Technique, B rank, sends a torrent of fire shaped in the form of a dragon towards the enemy. Improved version of Ryuka no Jutsu. Gaton Kyuubi no Jutsu, Fire Dragon Bullet, B rank, created by the Sendaime no Hokage, or the third Hokage, sends a volley of small fireballs that melt anything or explodes on contact. Gaton Zokuko no Jutsu, or Cranium Carver, B rank, sends a fireball to the ground and explodes, creating massive heat wave. Gaton Aiseki no Jutsu, Ash Pile Burning, B rank, sends a stream of chakra empowering gunpowder and surrounds the enemy. User can ignite the cloud by clicking to see, creating a giant explosion. Water element, Mizo Bunshin no Jutsu, Water Clone, B rank, creates a water clone with 10% original strength. Mizu Shuriken Bunshin no Jutsu, Water Shuriken, D rank, creates and sends to the enemy water-formed shurikens. The number varies with the amount of chakra. Mizu no Muchi, Water Whip, C rank. The user creates a whip of water that can restrain or do damage to the enemy. Sutun, Suishoha, Exploding Water Wave, A rank jutsu. The user expels large quantities of water through his mouth that crashes onto the enemy. Suitun, Baku Suishoha, Great Exploding Water Wave, S rank. Improved version of Suitun Suishoha. Suiton, Daibakufu no Jutsu, Waterfall Vortex, A rank. Creates waterfall that then crashes down onto the enemy. Suiton, Suryudan no Jutsu, Water Dragon, B rank. Creates a water dragon that captures and smashes the enemy into the ground. Suiton, Suijin Hekai, Water Wall, C rank. Creates a defensive water wall. Suiton, Soriro no Jutsu, Water Prison, C rank. Creates a spear of water that traps the enemy within, preventing their escape. Suiton, Tipodama, Water Bullet, C rank. The user launches a couple of water bullets at the enemy. Earth element, Tsuchi Bunshin no Jutsu, Earth Bunshin, C rank, creates an Earth Bunshin. Doton, Shinju Zanshu no Jutsu, Double Suicide Decapitation Technique, D rank. User grabs the enemy from underground and emerges from it, burying the enemy. Doton, Doryudon, Earth Dragon Bullet, B rank. The user sends many Earth Bullets at the target. Doton, Doryu Taiga, Mud River, B rank. The user creates a mud river that crashes onto the enemy. Doton, Yomi Numa, Underworld Swamp, A rank. The user transforms the ground into a swamp that swallows and crushes the enemy. Doton, Doryu Hekai, Earth Wall, C rank. The user creates an Earth Wall for defense. Doton, Domu, Earth Spear, C rank. User creates earth spears that emerge from under the enemy. Wind element, Futon no Jutsu, Wind Release, C rank. The user breathes and releases small wind that allows for reposition while mid-air. Futon, Daitopa, Great Breakthrough, C rank. User exhales a powerful and compressed gust of air that blows the enemy away. Futon, Kaze Shuriken, Wind Shuriken, B rank. The user envelops his own shurikens with a wind layer that slices through everything. Futon, Rekodan, Vacuum Wind Bullet, A rank. The user creates bullets of pressurized air that are shot at the enemy. Futon, Shinkuha, Airblade, A rank. User exhales a wind-like blade that slices through anything. Futon, Atsugai, Pressurized Wind Bomb, A rank. User exhales large spear of pressurized air that explodes on contact. Futon, Rapusho, Wind Wave, C rank. User claps his hand together and unleashes a powerful wave of air not needing to inhale. Lightning Element, Raton, Raikyu, Lightning Ball, C rank. The user creates a ball of lightning that is hurled at the enemy, shocking him. Raton, Kagebunshi no Jutsu, Lightning Clone, A rank. A shadow clone created with Lightning Chakra. When destroyed, this chakra is transferred to the enemy, shocking him. Raton, Gian, False Darkness, B rank. User emits a lightning spear from his hand that impales the enemy. Raton, Jibashi, Electromagnetic Murder, B rank. User creates a wave of electricity that shocks everything around. Raton, Raikochu, Flash Pillar, B rank. An illusion technique that blinds the enemy with a bright light. Genjutsu, Kukuwanyo no Jutsu, Bringer of Darkness, A rank. The user traps the enemy with a black void, blinding the enemy and dulling other senses. This illusion cannot be disrupted unless the user cancels it or is forced to release it. Magen, Jigoku Koka no Jutsu, Hellfire Technique, B rank. Creates an illusion that makes enemy thinks he's being burned alive. Magen, Jubaku Satsu, Tree Binding Death, B rank. Illusion technique that grows a tree behind the enemy, freezes him in place, allowing for user to attack the enemy. Magen, Kasegoi no Jutsu, Shackling Stakes, C rank. The user locks eyes with the enemy, effectively paralyzing him in place. Sharingan required. Magen, Kokoni Arasu no Jutsu, False Surroundings, C rank. User casts an illusion over an area, altering its appearance. Magen, Niju Kokoni Arasu no Jutsu, Double False Surroundings, B rank. This illusion places an illusion within the original illusion to mislead the enemy should he break the first one. Okay, Hinata-chan, I've got most of them memorized. Let's go. He said, and both left the Uchiha compound with a large inventory of techniques to later practice. They left the compound and were walking home. It was still early or late depending on the perspective. It was around 2 a.m. Hey Hinata-chan, since we still have time, do you want to check out the Hyuga clan library too? Naruto asked. He knew that while it's a sore subject to talk about Hinata's family, he still remembered to help Hinata achieve one of her dreams. Flashback. A couple days after Hinata started living with Naruto. Naruto and Hinata were eating together after their morning workout and started talking about their dreams and hopes for the future. So, Hinata-chan, what are your dreams for the future? Naruto asked. Naruto was still a bit shy around him, but it was starting to change. At least her stuttering and fainting was gone, almost. I know I want to become a powerful kunoichi to prove that I'm not weak, but even though I was disavowed from my clan, I wish I could get rid of the caged bird seal and unite the families. I know I may sound naive, but even though my father expelled me from the clan, the Branch family was always good to me, and I want to help them back, she said with confidence. She didn't know it yet, but Naruto's personality was starting to rub off on her, and she was becoming more confident and even started helping Naruto in his pranks. You are not naive. You're a kind person, and I did promise to remove your seal, and when I do, we can plan to help the Branch family, he exclaimed. After all, with the help of his Kagebunshins and his father's notes on Funjutsu, Naruto was progressing rather nicely. End of the flashback. I don't know if it's a good idea. It would be hard to sneak around unnoticed, she said. After all, the Byakugan was frequently used for sky missions and was extremely difficult to sneak up on a Hyuga member, much less break into the compound. Oh please, they all said they have the all-seeing eye, but that didn't stop me from breaking into the compound and placing itching powder on their underwear, Naruto said, remembering the laughs he got from the Hyuga clan when they were constantly scratching themselves. That was you? She asked, surprised. Of course, they always were stuck-up pricks, but I didn't do it to you, he said, assuring her. Okay, if you're sure we can sneak in, then I'm in, she said. They made their way to the Hyuga compound and watched from afar. Naruto extended his sensing ability and found 4 guards guarding the entrance. Thankfully, they didn't have the Byakugan activated. They made their way closer to the walls and waited for the guards to end their routine check. They channeled chakra to their feet and climbed the wall. Once inside, Hinata guided Naruto to the library since Naruto didn't know the compound all that well. Once inside the library, the same thing happened in the Uchihas. Only Byakko and Yuzu could read the scrolls. Apparently, ninjutsu and genjutsu were practically non-existent. They must have thought it was inferior to rely on anything else other than their bloodline. Hinata quickly opened the scrolls and started copying them and giving them to Naruto, to which he was storing them in a storage seal he brought with him. Naruto's Funjutsu was quite good for his age. He knew how to make simple sword shields of all kinds and was starting on medium-level Funjutsu. They left the compound with the specifics of the Gentle Fist style, which Nana already knew the basics and the techniques they use. Hake Kusho, 8 divination signs air palm. The user concentrates chakra on his palm and thrusts it forward, sending the chakra wave towards the enemy. Hake, I am not pronouncing that. 8 divination signs, 64 palms of the hand. The user closes the main 64 tenketsus of the enemy at an amazing speed. Hake, I am not pronouncing that either. 8 divination signs, 128 palms of the hand. Similar to the previous technique, however, it closes 128 points, knocking out the enemy almost instantaneously. Hakesho Kaitan, 8 divination palms of the hand, heavenly spin. The user starts spinning and releases chakra from all the tenketsus and forms a protective dome around him that deflects all attacks. It is considered the Hyuga's ultimate defense. Armed with these new techniques, I started training with them. Well, mostly Hinata, as she wanted to master the Hyuga Gentle Fist to later in life prove to them that with hard work, one can outclass a genius. And that is the end of this fanfic reading, as we have just finished chapter 6. Thank you all for watching Return of Legacy. I'm sure you guys are really happy to see that this is back again. And I will be continuing to read this, and I can probably catch up pretty easily. The next video I'll be making is me reading chapters 7 through 10 of this fanfic reading, along with some other stuff, like, of course, with Naruto and Nuclear Release, part, was it 4, I believe? And, of course, some other stuff in between that I think you guys have been seeing on my community tab, so be ready for that. And yeah, also make sure you download MangaToon. It's, again, linked to that will be in the description, as it really does help me out, so please do that. Anyways, thank you all for watching this video, and also we're very close to 20k subscribers, so yeah, let's get there. And also shout out to my patrons. My $10 patrons are on screen, and my $50 patron, Anguish. And yeah, that should be about it, as we can hopefully get to 20k subscribers and hit 30k subscribers by the end of the year. And also follow me on Twitter at AnimeStage4, Instagram anime_stage4, and join my Discord, which is linked down in the description. And also follow me on Twitch, which is also linked in the description, as I do stream over there. So yeah, that should be about it for this video. This has been your boy, the Anime Sage, signing out. Peace, Yordha. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and share the video. And again, signing out. Peace, Yordha. Sunny Shea closes out. Bye-bye. Peace.
Hi, this is Stephanie Shea, voice actress for Sailor Moon, Hinata, Orihime, and you are watching Anime Sage.